Wisconsin has some number of young people in essentially life without parole. I think another way to frame it that's often used is sentenced to die in prison. There are youth around the country who are sentenced to life terms. Well, life when you're 14 or 15 or 16 means another 60 years or so. So it's not the right sentence. It's wrong for them. Wisconsin, you can't be actually in the prison until you're 15, but still that's very young. So it's something that the Supreme Court has been taking up in recent years, has made some changes. There's still a ways to go to get states to modify their laws to not do life without parole sentences for youth that that young.
So how would you go about changing this? I mean, I know you're the guy for the job, and the second chance policy. How do we put that in motion? How do we help you put that in motion?
Well, we've spent a lot of time in Wisconsin, around particularly raise the age here. A number of states have done the same thing in recent years, so we've spent a lot of time meeting with legislators, developing policy information that talks about the benefits of youth being in the juvenile system. We're working on essentially the cost of public safety. We know that by and large the juvenile system is better at getting kids back on the right track so they don't reoffend. So there's a really cost to the community by having youth in the adult system who end up not finishing school or not being able to get jobs in the long run that they would want. So it's an education process of the legislators. It's then becomes there's a lot of politics involved and issues around financing that we're working on, trying to figure out the cost of that and sort of continued work. So a few years ago, there were 13 states that had youth under 18 considered adults automatically. That's now down to 9. So there's been 4 states in the last few years that have changed, and Wisconsin is really one of the 8 or 9 remaining states that still treats all youth under 18 or some youth under 18 as adults automatically. So it's an education. It's some research around best practice. It's trying to take the information that's out there and put it in language that people will understand. And we've had pretty good success with the concept. Now we're talking a lot about financing and money, which doesn't seem fair.
So who are you working with to get this bill accomplished?
We have a number of groups that we're working with. We have the State Bar Association, in fact, has been supportive and passed this as one of their policy items. We have support from the Public Defender's Office, the Wisconsin Council of Churches, Wisdom, a group called Wisdom has been supportive, and a few other groups that have been sort of key supporters, along with somewhere around 30 or so other groups that have expressed support in one way or another. They're not necessarily officially members of what we call a Second Chance Alliance, but have expressed support. We've had people come and testify at the legislature and some bills last year, and being willing to meet with legislators and talk with them about why this is in the long-term best interest of both youth and the community.
So